Hi there, it's Debbie with the Pickin Coop Farmstead, and tonight for dinner, I thought I'm making something I haven't made in quite some time. I am making spaghetti, but I am going to use spaghetti squash as my pasta noodles. So first of all, you're going to need a spaghetti squash. I got this from Julia's Fruit Stand. It's off of 99. Highway 99 in between Red Bluff and Chico. So I stopped by there on the way home from Chico last week and whoops, I got one lone little spaghetti squash. So what I'm doing is I'm scooping out the seeds and the guts, kind of like you would a pumpkin. And I use a little ice cream scooper because that works best. There we go. All right, so this is what, there's like a little fly around here, dang it. And these things are super hard to cut in half, so make sure your knife is very, very sharp. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save these seeds. That's what I always do. Seed saving, that's what I do. You can never have too many seeds for anything, really. Oh, I guess you probably could, but not in my book. All right, here we go. All right. So I've got my little things cleaned out. My spaghetti squash. I got a little olive oil I'm going to put on my stone. I'm going to drizzle a little inside of here. A little inside of here. A little Redmond's mineral salt. A little pepper. And then that goes, I'm going to scoot this around so we coat our pan. That goes upside down on our baking sheet. Okay, so here's some salt. So if you're doing low carb, this is a great way to do it with spaghetti squash versus pasta. Again, I'm going to scooch this around a little. All right, so these guys are all ready. Meanwhile, back at the Bat Cave, just kidding, I've got my sauce going. I didn't show you this part, but just because it's kind of a no-brainer. All I did is I browned, let's come closer, I browned a pound of ground beef. A lot of times I'll use sweet Italian sausage. I was out, but this is homegrown ground beef. I threw in some organic onions that I got from Costco, a big, great big one. Chopped it really fine. And then once that's all browned up and the onions are cooked, then I add a quart of my own homemade pasta sauce, which has garlic, onions, it's got all the little seasonings. It's got the oregano, a little bit of thyme, basil, all of which I grew. So everything in that sauce, I do put a little drizzle of EVOO olive oil in there, except for the garlic. I did not grow this garlic from last year that was store-bought, but pretty much everything else is. So that's pretty cool. So I just let that simmer. Keep the lid on it, and then I let that simmer, and then about an hour before you're ready to eat your dinner, you want to take your prepared spaghetti squashes and put them in a preheated oven at 350. And then you bake them just like this from, it said anywhere from 45 to 60 minutes. So once you can pierce a fork easily through these skins, kind of like you do potatoes, checking potatoes, then they are ready to go ahead and take out. Then you just take a fork and kind of shred the meat up, and it looks like little spaghetti noodles. Put that on your plate. There's one for me, or half for me, half for the hubby, and then you put your pasta sauce over the top of that. So, woohoo! Kind of a healthy dinner there. Once we get to that point, I will show you what that looks like, and then we like to put a little bit of, we get the Kirkland's grated Parmesan cheese, sprinkle a little bit of that over the top, and yum, you got a great dinner. Okay, we'll be back when everything is just about done. All right, guys, so I left the hubby's squash. These are done. I poked them with a fork. They were tender. Now the skins are a little tough, but once you poke through that skin and the rest of it, you can feel it. It's much softer. So carefully, because they're hot, go around with your fork and fluff up your squash. And as you can see, they're like little pieces of pasta. Ooh, hot, hot diggity, hot doggity. There. So now I'm gonna scoop up some of our delicious sauce we made. What the cool part is you got your own little dish. My hands shake so darn bad. I gotta look up a tincture for little tremors. So you got your sauce on. Oh, come here, little fella. And you just sprinkle your cheese, little Parmesan cheese. This is a Parmigiano Reggiano, Kirkland. And just like that, you have dinner. Bon appetit. I hope you guys all enjoy that. It's super easy. You can do it like if you like Alfredo sauce instead of a red sauce. The sky is the limit. Or you can just put some butter on it and eat it as is. It's delicious. So I hope this was helpful to somebody. If you can't think of what to make for dinner, this time of year you can get spaghetti squash. If you're not growing them, you can get them. I think you can even get them in the grocery store. I think Orchard Nutrition sells them if you want organic. So anyways, go out and try one. Just try it. It'll be great. And then if you do one, it's enough for 2 people because each person gets a half. And then it's not a guilty pleasure. It's delicious. So you're avoiding the whole pasta thing. All right, folks, I hope the sun is shining where you are. I hope you're happy, healthy, safe. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. God bless you and happy cooking. Bye-bye.